Hello, welcome back to another video. So today I am working on my project Life. So I haven't worked in my scrapbook and done any scrapbooking for ages, like at least since last year. So I am quite behind on my project Life. The latest spread I'd done was February, which I did on my channel, which I can link in the cards. But from March onwards, I haven't done any project Life. So I have basically all of 2020 to catch up on. So the other day I sat down and printed out my photos, which I find as like the blocker mostly that holds me back from doing the scrapbooking. So I went through and printed all those out and I separated them into envelopes for me to sit down and start the actual project. Both of the layouts that I'm showing today are really simple. They took between 30 and 40 minutes, so they're not very involved. This one, which is March, really is just pocket life cards and photos and barely any embellishments. But I find that keeping it simple, especially if you're like behind, and I say that loosely because, you know, with scrapbooking, it's just whenever you feel like it. I've definitely been in a journaling mood lately and been focusing on that in my daily journal. It definitely comes in seasons. So sometimes I feel like scrapbooking and I do that more, and sometimes I don't. So I don't really like seeing it as behind, just I'm not in a scrapbooking phase at the moment. So doing it this way just really simply means I can catch up quickly and I don't worry too much about how it's going to look. Sometimes if I do have more time to spend on the layouts, then I will take my time and add more embellishments and really like make it its own scrapbook page. But for now, I just want to document the memories. You'll see in any project life spread I do, then I always put the month on, so I do it monthly, and then take an assortment of photos, which I've imported from my phone onto my computer, and lay them out into different sizes. So usually do a few which are small squares. I think they're 1.5 inches or 2 inches. I think they're 2 by 2, and then some 3 by 4s. Generally, I don't ever do them landscape, which is why I always use Design A page protectors. And I'll always put the month in letter stickers on one of the top 2 cards. These are just random project life cards I've pulled from my stash. This one I printed, I don't know where I got it from, but that was just an online printable, which I've wanted to use for ages, and I just thought it worked well here. And the basic, like the starting off point for this layout colours were from the floral like peach and navy card, which was just the back of one from the February spread from last time. And then the one in the bottom left hand corner is just one I made myself years and years ago by stamping some little hearts. And the one that I'm writing on now, that was also homemade as well. I just covered up the heart and popped in a little small picture just because I like to write about some of the photos and I find doing them all 3 by 4 doesn't give me much room, so I like to make them smaller if I have something I want to say. They're not very detailed, they're mostly just general themes from that month. So this was Mitch's 30th birthday, so we had a few photos from that, and just general images from the month that I like the look of, and then I'll add it into the spread and just write a few words about that month that generally sums it up. Now I'm doing my daily journaling, then that's a lot more involved, but I don't mind when I look back that, you know, I'm not putting the really like the detailed bits about the day because it's just enough to have the photos and generally document my life in that way. So now I'm on to April, which was like the first month of proper lockdown, and I was also on furlough on this month, and there was a lot of stress, and I just handed in my notice at my old job to go to my new job, and then this whole lockdown thing happened, so there was a lot of stress. So not like the happiest of months, certainly at the beginning. So I do write that in my journaling. I do try and keep it real, but as I said, I don't put all the information, just enough so when I do look through it in the future, I'll remember what was going on. But I also don't want it to be like super depressing or, you know, it's quite a light-hearted look at my life, but I'm not afraid of putting in the bad moments if that's what that month was. But the great thing about documenting monthly is that I can focus on the better parts, or, you know, I can show the bits which I want to talk about, and I don't have to write about everything like I am in my daily journaling. This is more of just a nice snapshot of the month that I can look back on in years to come. So again, I'm using a mixture of the smaller photos and then the larger 3x4s. This one's got a few more embellishments, and I just wanted a summery sort of theme. So I picked out those on the 6x4 layout, so that had that nice blue sky, which I took from the other two photos, which have those blue skies, so I thought that pulled it in. And then just as sort of a reference to what was going on, I added the Keeping It Real sticker, and then the Going to Be Okay banner. And I like that pop of yellow as well, just to bring in another colour and tie in the warmer tones from that photo on the left at the bottom, with the pastries and that sort of orangey tone. Then I'm just adding a few more embellishments, so I'm still keeping it quite simple, but definitely more embellishments than the other spread. But again, this only took sort of half an hour, 40 minutes. So I think I'll be able to get my project life up to date more often. I used to do them monthly. Like at the end of the month, I would print my photos and set time aside, but I haven't done that for quite a few years now. But it would be cool to get back into the habit, and then maybe I'll do project life spreads like this monthly on my channel. So I'm adding some letter stickers at the top, and these are from American Craft. These are thickers, but they have lost their stick, so I think I'm going to have to go back through and add some extra adhesive on the back of those. And then I could add some more writing on the bottom of that card, because I do have the lines to do that, but there's actually a bit more writing on this spread than I usually would add, because I add some, just like a summary of the month on that bottom right hand card, where it's numbered 1 to 10, and I just write 10 things which I've filled my month with. This was the month of video calls, because obviously we couldn't go outside, and this was the first month of proper lockdown, so I wanted to document that, and having the video call with my niece because we couldn't go anywhere. The photos of the blue skies was from our 1 walk a day, so I made sure to add that on the card as well. And then I'm just adding these tiny letter stickers for the card on the left, where I was documenting my yoga challenge. So I did 30 days of yoga, and I've got that cringe photo of me and my muscles, but I definitely saw a difference, so I wanted to add that in, and I felt more flexible and stronger after that. And I haven't done any yoga since, so I really want to get back on that, because that was a good challenge. But obviously after this I went to a new job, and that was very busy, so I haven't found time in my schedule to do that, but I'd like to. So that has been on my that's kind of like a resolution for 2021. So that's April, so a couple of selfies, and there's always pictures of food in my project life, and just general what I did that month. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these layouts. I know that they are quite simple, but it's going to help me to get back on track, and it's still nice to just take half an hour out of my day to do these and get a bit crafty. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments, and if you'd like to see more project life videos, and I will see you next Sunday for another video. I hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you later. Bye!